When we think of the Apostle Paul, we picture his 3 great missionary journeys meticulously recorded in the book of Acts. We see him sailing the Mediterranean, preaching in synagogues, and debating philosophers in Athens. But is that the whole story? The truth is, the book of Acts covers only a fraction of Paul's incredible life. There are huge gaps, entire periods only hinted at or left out completely. This raises fascinating questions. Where else did Paul go? What did he do during those lost years? In this video, we're diving into the mysteries of Paul's unrecorded travels. We'll follow clues hidden in his own letters and explore ancient traditions to uncover a side of this extraordinary man you've never seen before. Prepare to meet a Paul who is more complex, more adventurous, and far more mysterious than you ever imagined. One of the biggest puzzles is what happened right after Paul's dramatic conversion on the road to Damascus. Acts chapter 9 makes it seem like he immediately started his public ministry. But in his letter to the Galatians, Paul himself tells a very different story. He writes that after his conversion, he didn't go to Jerusalem to meet the other apostles. Instead, he says, "I went immediately into Arabia and later returned to Damascus. Then, after 3 years, I went up to Jerusalem." 3 years. 3 entire years in Arabia that the book of Acts doesn't even mention. So what was Paul doing? First, we need to understand that Arabia back then wasn't what we call Saudi Arabia today. It referred to the Nabatean kingdom, a powerful Arab civilization famous for its capital city, Petra, that stunning city carved into red rock. So what was Paul up to in the Nabatean kingdom? One popular theory is that this was a time of spiritual retreat. Think about it. Paul had been a zealous Pharisee, persecuting Christians with passion. Suddenly, a blinding light revealed he was fighting against the very Messiah he thought he was serving. His entire world was turned upside down. A quiet period in the desert would have been essential for him to process everything, study the scriptures with new eyes, and receive the divine revelations he later mentions. But another theory suggests Paul wasn't in isolation at all. He might have actually started his missionary work there. A clue comes from 2 Corinthians, where Paul mentions escaping from the city of Damascus while the governor under King Direitos was trying to arrest him. Direitos was the Nabatean king. Why would a Nabatean governor want to arrest Paul? The most likely reason is that Paul's preaching was already causing a stir within their territory. Then there's a third, truly fascinating idea. Paul may have made a pilgrimage to Mount Sinai. In Galatians, Paul casually mentions Mount Sinai in Arabia, hinting he might have known the place personally. The symbolism is powerful. Moses received the law at Sinai. For Paul, the apostle who would revolutionize the understanding of law and grace, a personal Sinai experience would have been profound. It might have been there that he received his deep insights into how Christ fulfilled the law, and Arabia is just the beginning. Paul had another ambitious journey in mind, a mission to Spain. In his letter to the Romans, written around 57 AD, he lays out his plans very clearly. He says, "I hope to see you in passing as I go to Spain." For Paul, Spain represented the ends of the earth. Reaching it would be the ultimate fulfillment of the Great Commission. The book of Acts ends with Paul under house arrest in Rome, and the Bible never confirms if he made it to Spain. However, early Christian writers were convinced he did. Clement of Rome, writing just a few decades after Paul's death, said that Paul had reached the farthest limits of the West. Others, like Cyril of Jerusalem and Jerome, also wrote about Paul's journey to Spain. While we don't have a detailed account like his other journeys, the weight of early tradition strongly suggests Paul's dream of preaching in Spain became a reality after his first Roman imprisonment. This wasn't a vacation. It was a grueling journey into unknown territory, driven by his unstoppable passion to spread the gospel. These unrecorded journeys show us a tireless apostle constantly pushing into new frontiers. The stories we don't have are just as compelling as the ones we do, revealing a man whose faith and determination knew no bounds. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey into the lost years of Paul fascinating, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into history and faith. See you next time.